Across the vast expanse of space, galaxies separated by billions of light-years appear to be rotating in the same direction. This is not what the laws of cosmology predict. According to the Standard Model, after the universe expanded from the Big Bang, galaxies should have formed at random orientations, scattered like leaves drifting in a chaotic wind. Instead, there is rhythm, order, and alignment, patterns so precise they almost feel intentional. To some physicists, this suggests the presence of a hidden structure underlying the universe, an invisible scaffolding of spacetime that guides the movement of matter on the grandest scales. Others push the idea further, wondering if such order might be a lingering echo from before the Big Bang, a memory imprinted onto our current universe from a cosmic age that came before. If this is true, then perhaps we are not drifting through a random expansion at all, but existing inside a tuned system, a vast mechanism, or even a message, written into the cosmos itself. One of the most sacred tools in astronomy is the measurement of redshift. It tells us how far a galaxy lies, how fast it is moving, and how long its light has traveled to reach us. But the James Webb Space Telescope has returned results that threaten to upend this cornerstone of cosmology. Several high redshift galaxies appear far brighter and closer than their measured distances should allow. Their size, brightness, and apparent age suggest they are far older than the universe's timeline would permit. This forces a troubling question. What if redshift doesn't work the way we thought? If the method we've used to chart the cosmos is flawed, then every distance, every age estimate, and every expansion rate we've ever calculated could be wrong. It would be like discovering that your map was drawn with a warped ruler. Suddenly, nothing is where you thought it was. If this anomaly is real, it could mean the universe isn't expanding evenly, or that light itself is being altered as it travels through space. Either our physics is incomplete, or space-time itself is changing between the moment light is born and the instant it reaches our eyes. And then there is what Webb did not see. While most of the sky shimmers with activity, pulsars flashing, exoplanets glowing faintly, radiation bathing the void, there are regions that appear almost unnervingly silent. These are vast cosmic voids with barely any detectable matter, no stars, and, most strangely, an absence of the background radiation that should be uniform across the universe. It is as if someone painted clean black circles into the fabric of space. Some dismiss them as statistical quirks, but their sharp boundaries and perfect darkness are hard to ignore. One possibility is that these are feats of cosmic engineering, regions deliberately cleared or shielded by civilizations so advanced they can manipulate entire galactic neighborhoods. Another possibility is more ominous, that these are scars left behind by ancient events so powerful they erased matter entirely, tearing at the very fabric of the cosmos. Whether deliberate or accidental, they hint that space itself is neither uniform nor passive, but a place where forces beyond our imagination have left their mark. Perhaps the most stunning revelation of all came when Webb detected the atmospheric fingerprint of an exoplanet known as K28b. Among the gases was dimethyl sulfide, a compound that, on Earth, is produced only by living organisms, particularly plankton. If this detection holds true, it would be the first confirmed biosignature beyond our solar system. But there was something even stranger. The signal was stable, persistent, and spread widely across the planet's atmosphere. This wasn't a trace hint of possible life. It was a signature that could belong to a living, active biosphere. Some scientists are now daring to suggest that we may not be glimpsing life as a distant possibility, but as a present reality. And with the strange distortions of light caused by gravitational lensing, a thought has begun to circulate in quiet conversations. What if we are not looking at this world as it was in the past, but as it is now? Could an intelligent civilization on that planet be watching us through the same cosmic window? We now find ourselves standing at the edge of an entirely new understanding of the universe. Time may not be a straight line. The Big Bang may not have been the ultimate beginning. Planets are forming in ways we never imagined possible. Entire stretches of space appear to have been wiped clean or hidden. And the telltale chemistry of life may already be drifting through the skies of distant worlds, waiting for us to recognize it. Science has always grown by pushing against the boundaries of the possible, but the James Webb Space Telescope isn't just pushing, it is tearing those boundaries wide open. Every new image it sends is like a whisper from the cosmos, revealing truths we've never dared to ask about. Are we living through just one cycle in an eternal rhythm of creation and destruction? Are there minds out there, older and more powerful than ours, that have shaped parts of the universe to their will? Is the reality we perceive just a thin surface hiding deeper layers of existence? The answers remain hidden among the stars. But one thing is certain, the story of the universe is far from over. In fact, it may be only in its opening chapter. And with each revelation, the universe is speaking more clearly than ever before. In the cold, silent reaches beyond our planet, something extraordinary has just happened, something no one can fully explain. For decades, scientists have built their understanding of the cosmos on what they believed was solid ground. But then, the James Webb Space Telescope turned its gaze toward the farthest edges of the observable universe, and what it uncovered left even the most seasoned astronomers struggling for words. There were ancient galaxies that shouldn't exist, colossal celestial structures that defied all known timelines, and perhaps most unsettling, hints that our universe may not have begun the way we've always believed. This isn't just an astronomical discovery. It could be the biggest scientific shake-up since the atom was split. If James Webb is correct, and so far, it has not been wrong, our place in the cosmos may be far more mysterious and unexpected than we ever imagined. What you're about to hear might just change the way you see reality itself. The first cracks in the foundation appeared when Webb began sending back its ultra-deep field images, photographs that captured the universe in its earliest observable moments. According to the Big Bang theory, the first galaxies should have been small, chaotic, and dim, mere clusters of young stars. Yet what Webb revealed was the opposite. It saw massive, well-structured galaxies, some with the graceful spirals and organized star systems we would expect to see billions of years later, not just 180 million years after the supposed beginning of everything. It was like being handed a photograph of a fully grown oak tree, taken mere minutes after the seed was planted. The shock was immediate. Dr. Garth Illingworth of UC Santa Cruz voiced the question on every astronomer's mind. How do you form so many stars so quickly? Allison Kirkpatrick, an astrophysicist from the University of Kansas, admitted that she was lying awake at 3 a.m., wondering if her entire career's work had been based on flawed assumptions. And this wasn't an isolated case. Wherever Webb looked, it found the same unsettling truth. The early universe appeared far more mature than we ever thought possible. These discoveries weren't limited to one patch of space. They were scattered across regions like the galaxy cluster Abell 2744, suggesting that something fundamental in our cosmic origin story might be missing. As if ancient galaxies weren't enough to shake our understanding, Webb's next revelation was even more baffling. For the first time ever, it captured a direct infrared image of an exoplanet, HIP 65426b, located 385 light-years away. The image was breathtakingly clear, but the planet's very existence posed a mystery. This massive world, nearly 7 times the mass of Jupiter, orbits a star only 15 million years old, an infant by cosmic standards. Even stranger, the star shows no signs of a protoplanetary disk, the cloud of gas and dust from which planets typically form. In other words, there was no raw material for this planet to have emerged from. It was as if someone had found a skyscraper standing alone in the desert, with no blueprints, no construction site, and no evidence of how it was built. Scientists scrambled for explanations. Perhaps the planet formed elsewhere and was somehow thrown into its current orbit. Perhaps it was an anomaly, a one-in-a-billion event. But Webb's precision leaves little room for guesswork. The planet is undeniably real, and it is not the only rule-breaker out there. With each new image, Webb reveals more worlds and stars that don't fit our established models, making our picture of the universe more complex, and less stable, than ever before. Then came a moment of unexpected beauty that deepened the mystery. While studying light from some of the most distant objects in space, Webb captured a phenomenon known as an Einstein ring, an optical illusion created when a massive object bends and magnifies light from something even farther away. This ring, however, was almost unnervingly perfect, forming a complete and undistorted circle around a galaxy located 12 billion light-years away. To create such flawless symmetry, the alignment between the foreground galaxy, the background source, and the curvature of spacetime itself had to be exact beyond belief. Even veteran astrophysicists stared at the image in disbelief. But this was more than a stunning cosmic snapshot. The light making up the ring had traveled across the eons, stretched and curved not just by gravity, but by the passage of time itself. In a sense, it was a message from the deep past, shaped by the hidden architecture of the universe. Some scientists began to wonder, could these gravitational lenses be more than mere cosmic coincidences? Could they be windows into deeper truths about the shape, history, and even the origin of everything we know? As these findings accumulated, an old and controversial idea began to make its way back into scientific discussion: the concept of an oscillating universe. Instead of a single Big Bang followed by endless expansion, this theory imagines a cosmos that cycles endlessly, expanding, contracting, and being reborn again and again. In that light, the synchronized rotations of galaxies, the fully developed structures so early in cosmic history, and the strange alignments across space might not be accidents at all. They could be imprints, echoes left over from a universe that came before ours. In this model, black holes might not be just the dead ends of cosmic collapse, but the seeds of entirely new universes, each expansion giving rise to a new chapter in an infinite story. If that's the case, then Webb's observations are not merely looking back to the beginning of our own universe. They might be catching faint glimpses of something far older, far stranger, and far more eternal. If true, it wouldn't just mean rewriting the textbooks, it would mean rethinking reality itself. As astronomers sifted through Webb's breathtaking panoramas of the cosmos, one unsettling trend began to stand out: patterns too consistent to be dismissed as coincidence. The deeper they looked, the more it seemed that the universe itself might be trying to tell us a different story than the one we've been taught.